All right, let's get to Elon Watch, Pack Watch. Big fan. Watch you and Tim Pool all the time. Yeah, me and Tim Pool, we have very similar ideas, I think. Tim Pool wouldn't show us what's under his hat. You won't show us what's under your house. Same thing. All right, let's continue. All right, so it looks like two-factor authorization has been shut down on Twitter, by the way. Apparently, they didn't turn off two-factor authentication, but they did turn off the service that sends you the two-factor authentication code. So if you log out and try to log in with the authentication code, you simply won't receive one. Lol Lamal. Part of today will be turning off the microservices bloatware. Less than 20% are actually needed for Twitter to work. That's awesome. Looks like Twitter might be having a big security issue, which is no surprise. Remove app from your phone. Log in from computer, not phone. Set up two-factor authentication. Make a one-time backup login code. Store safely. Tell friends. Do it now. Said bloatware and took off one of the most significant security measures from the application. That is insane to me. That's crazy, okay? I wonder what else got absolutely eviscerated in the process. Like, Elon has talked about how his vision for Twitter to basically turn it into like WeChat, you know what I mean? Which he's too stupid to do. Like, there's no shot he's going to be able to achieve that. Meanwhile, he's like, oh, we got to take off all this bloatware. What do you mean, dude? That's what normalized and made Twitter like more all-encompassing. Like, that connection between Twitter and other applications. If you want to go in the WeChat direction, like, you're doing the exact opposite thing. He doesn't even know Twitter API and is making changes. Yeah, I don't know who he's listening to. I don't know who's in his corner at Twitter. Like, I feel like someone is just like blowing this shit up. Or worse, he legitimately is single-handedly making these decisions, which would be crazy. Apparently, in the process of removing bloatware, Twitter 2FA is now broken. Email codes might still work, but I'm not testing it for obvious reasons. If you have two-factor authorization, you want to continue using Twitter, I recommend not logging out since you will be unable to log back in. That's crazy, dude. Two-factor costs heaps, I think, so we're saving money with removing it, but it's horrible. What? Bro, that is something that you have to have. That's a crazy take. There's no way you're cost-cutting that significantly when the actual damages that you're potentially putting on the platform, which makes it easier, which makes it infinitely easier to you know, take advantage of security flaws. I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you legitimately think that that's like worth it, because it's not. Turns out you were right. He is a dumbass. Yeah, exactly, dude with the nose. I could also save heaps by not installing seatbelts in my cars. Well, Elon already kind of did a version of that where he was like, you know, if your car lights on fire, your doors lock automatically. So you save heaps that way. You know what I mean? Rolling out soon, Twitter will enable organizations to identify which other Twitter accounts are actually associated with them. Will any user be able to be/create an organization, or will Twitter be the arbiter of what constitutes an organization? Ultimately, I think there is no choice but for Twitter to be the final arbiter, but I'm open to suggestions. Dude, this is literally Elon Musk coming to the realization that, like, if you run a platform like this, you are going to be the free speech. You are going to be the end-all be-all on free speech. How is this any different, dude? How is this any different? Elon Musk is learning Elon Musk is learning in real time the necessity for all of these things that he criticized from the outside. Musk's basic problem is that Twitter was not being run by lefty SJW types suppressing free speech. It was being run by business people who were trying to make money. With the same aim, he'll end up trial and erroring his way back to their exact policies. A series of, oh, so that's why they were doing it like that moments. It's true. That's crazy that, oh, here, what is this? So Elon is talking to Eric Fraunhofer, who is a Twitter guy. It is now super slow on Android. What have you done to fix that? We have done a bunch of work to improve performance, and we found that it correlates well with increasing UAM and ad spend. Agree, there's plenty of room for performance improvements on Android. However, I don't think the number of requests is the primary issue. Elon Musk, for a cold start of the app, there are 20 requests to load home timeline. Most of those requests are non-blocking and happen in the background. This includes things like images, user settings, hashtags, etc. I think there are 3 reasons the app is slow. First, it's bloated with features that get little usage. Second, we have accumulated years of tech debt as we have traded velocity and features over what? Perf? Third, we spend a lot of time waiting for network responses. One performance-focused holdback showed a casual increase of 40 million UAM. For reference, mixed media only showed 10 plus UAM. If we want to improve things, we need to make trade-offs that favor performance over new feature work. Frankly, we should probably prioritize some big rewrites to combat 10 plus years of tech debt and make a call on deleting the features aggressively. So what happened? Oh, they fired him? I spent 6 years working on Twitter for Android and can say this is wrong. By the way, I'd like to apologize for Twitter being super slow in many countries. I've been a developer for 20 years. I can tell you that you as a domain expert here should inform your boss privately. Trying to one-up him in public while he's trying to learn and be helpful makes you look spiteful spiteful self-serving dev. Maybe he should ask questions privately, maybe using Slack or email. And then he said he's fired. 33,000 likes, by the way. Guess it's official now. That deleted guy was snitching on the Twitter employee to Elon. He was snitch tagging him. Congrats on your 15 minutes of fame. Why did you never answer the question? Then please correct me. What is the right number, he says. And he actually addressed it to improve performance. I'd like to apologize. You did not just lay off almost all of our infra and then make some sassy remark about how we do batching. Like, did you bother to even learn how GraphQL works? You don't get to shit on our infra if you don't know what the fuck it does while you're also scrambling to rehire folks you laid off. She got fired too? Siri, show me the world's easiest wrongful termination suit. Yeah, this is insanity. Like we live in a dystopia, but I think that there are still have some labor protections in the law, right? Like you can't, especially in like states that a lot of these dudes work at. I work at a plaintiff's firm now, and our labor practice is literally salivating at these terminations. Elon tried to hire Fwiz? No shot. Elon Musk, my kids are basically educated by Reddit and YouTube. Let's get a bunch of content creators that we think are cool on YouTube and say, hey, would you consider putting your content on Twitter and we'll pay you 10% more than YouTube and see how it goes? Let's do that. Something tells me this would work. Boys, I have an announcement. I'm moving to fucking Twitter. Periscope time, baby. Ran gaming at YouTube for almost 8 years. YouTube's monetization is pretty damn good, and it would be considerable MGs to ensure this bump, but definitely would draw more eyeballs to the platform. Gaming alone had 350 million logged in daily users at YouTube when I was there. Join Twitter. Wait, what? Bro, you laid me off? I was gaming, Lamau. Former senior social lead at Twitter and Twitter gaming. This guy's like, brother, I used to do this. Like, this was my... By the way, I love these dudes, man. They're all like fucking Tesla loyalists. Look. He's a Tesla investor. Breaking news. My tweets aren't financial advice. Screenshots of the snitching. Musk presents a Twitter Android engineer's findings as his own and then fires them. If this is how he runs Tesla, look out shareholders. What is the right number for a cold start the app? With this kind of attitude, you probably don't want this guy on the team. He's fired. Part of today will be turning off the microservices bloatware. Less than 20% are actually needed to work. I love that he fired the guy and then did his suggestions, but then did his suggestions in the worst way possible that then ended up creating a security flaw. And by the way, to fix that security flaw, I'm fairly certain you will be creating a larger security flaw. Maybe you shouldn't have fired one of the dudes. Or maybe you shouldn't have set the precedent that you're firing motherfuckers for speaking out against you. That's like just bad management. Why are capitalists also bad at capitalizing? Okay? This is what I don't understand. Okay? That's just bad. You're a bad boss. All of this is just, you're not a good boss. Like, you're not even a good capitalist. Other than I do not like the extraction of labor value, okay? And plenty of, if not all bosses on the planet do this regardless, right? But there are still ways of engaging in business practices that are not outright horrible and bad for your business. And for a guy who's gotten so much coverage as like a boy genius, boy wonder, he's so brilliant, he's Iron Man. It sure seems like he's not very good at running a fucking business. He's not running a business well, demonstrably so. Anyway, let's watch these fucking crypto bros cry.
How are you feeling about this, David?
It's like we have these like super awesome foundations, and just like they just keep on enabling the worst.
Do you think that
like it's hard to justify what the hell we're doing here, man?
Do you think this is a layer zero problem? Is it a problem with kind of the social layer?
It's like if we'll make these super cool applications and then scammers just can leverage them better. It's like we're running out of ways to explain it to normies.
When someone asks you about crypto after this week, do you have a different answer for them about why it's important?
I don't even want to talk about it.
I mean, I think you're like reflecting how a lot of people feel right now. How are you feeling about this, David?
It's like we have these like super awesome foundations, and just like,
look, dude, I have answers for you. Okay, I'm not gonna laugh at this guy. I can't. I don't want to laugh at this guy. He just seems duped, okay? He seems duped. He's working on the tech, probably. I don't know. Maybe he's a dickhead. Maybe he like fucking sold a lie to so many people. Probably if he's a crypto guy. Here's an answer for you. Stop living in libertarian la-la land. Like, functionally, there's no difference between you and the evangelical zealots in a fucking megachurch in Houston. Their God is the evangelical God. Jesus Christ is going to come back on earth, you know. He's going to fight Megadoodoo. He's going to fight Satan and Megiddo, and the rapture is going to happen. Your God is like some fucking cryptocurrency utopian paradise that you believe will be run by decentralized finance and you know, people behaving in a rational way within the market because everyone is checking one another simultaneously all the time on the blockchain.